So there's no legal action against Registrar Stoneham at the moment, is there?
No, but the thing is if they continue to try and sell a house and ignore that there's people who are indicted on criminal behaviours and that they're holding all the goodies and they're refusing to provide the recordings. I've been putting your email address on every piece of correspondence that I'm having with these people, and none of them are communicating with you.
No.
Not one. And I'm even asking the question, will you go and speak? Can you ring Senior Detective David Farley? Can you ask him or provide him any evidence whatsoever that I am lying? Because at the moment, all he sees is the evidence that I'm showing him and you people remaining silent. Whilst there is fraud on the court, and because they have altered transcripts, I dare not walk into that court for fear.
The alteration of transcripts or the malfunction of transcribing recording machines is only an assumption at this stage.
It is an assumption.
Yep.
However, if they commit all these criminal acts and they have registrars who could also gain this evidence, and there is magistrates, there's the staff of the courts, all of them refuse to provide me the recordings or do any investigation themselves. So they are being, if it ends up that she has done all these crimes, these people are all complicit in a crime, that they are ignoring the fact that they had remedy, they had the evidence, and that they refused to investigate. And they know that Federal Magistrate DMAC did refuse to provide court orders for 12 months, etc., etc., etc. They must know that something is wrong with this case.
What I would like from you, and you may not be able to give it to me right now, but I'll need it sooner rather than later, today would be great, is the dates of each time you've been in court. The reason I say that is, I've got to say when the last order was, I've got that there, the last order. It's the 3 days when the...
Hearing, the first hearing? Yes.
The first hearing. So I need the first hearing date, second hearing date.
Yes.
That's the dates that I'm after.
Okay.
I don't care who was representing you or if you're there by yourself, but the date that you actually made the arrest on...
Sure, yes.
So
I can give you that.
Do you know what date that was?
I don't have it here, but I will be able to find it.
Have you got a piece of paper? I'll just write out what dates I'm after so that you can read them through.
Sure.
Because I will then put through a coupon report, mark it urgent, which will then give you another registered number to say that the Queensland Police have taken on concerns.
Sorry. Oh, just on the back of that, actually.
On the back of that?
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Dave. The other thing that Ausscripts would not provide is, do you see how at the bottom of these documents it says Aster versus Huang 2012 FMC and it has the number? Within all the documents that was received, it had that as the bottom. When asking transcripts, what was on the bottom of the as a footer note for their copy of the transcripts, they would not tell me what it was. Yet Federal Magistrate DMAX had them itemised 1, 2, 3 and 4 for the court orders, for the so
you've had one hearing in court, then it was at the second, was the arrest of DMAC, was at the second?
I know, I've gone to court 16 times.
You've been in family law court 16 times?
Yep.
Well... 16
times, and I haven't had a proper court hearing yet. that I've been able to tell any
Each
allegations.
court date. Just, and the reason I want it in a nice, precise one page is, if we've got to start asking for transcripts, guess what?
You need that. You can't say I would require transcripts from 2008
search
to...
warrant specifics, you want the days.
Okay.
If it goes to a search warrant, the more specific you are, the better off you are. Because if I turn around and ask for transcripts,
Yep.
I don't want anyone else's transcripts. But if I'm specific, if we nominate those days, it makes it pretty hard for them to say, no, we can't find that.
Okay. It's just, it is there. It's just...
And that's what I'm saying. I know we'll take a bit of time to was it, so it was at a hearing where your solicitor was thrown out?
Yep, that was the first hearing.
That first hearing, yep.
This was the appeal that was to go in, that was raised by my lawyer. I didn't understand law at that point in time, and so
Yep.
he raised the appeal. That appeal was denied. What we were doing is we were appealing the appeal because the registrar did not allow, and I have the recording, would not allow the appeal because the Federal Magistrate did not provide the transcripts until the 27th day of the 28th day appeal process.
Yeah, so there's a court date on the front there,
Yeah.
29th 1 2010.
Yep. So when we went to the appeal, I had Sir Brenner, Sir John Walsh. He used to be a judge, and he was going to continue my case. Harold James Johnson was going to instruct him because, as a member of the Bar Association, he had to have someone assisting him, as in a lawyer, and so that's when the children's lawyer, Mike Edmondson, took him aside and said that if you continue with this appeal, that he'll make sure that it does go back before Federal Magistrate TMAC, and that he'll be sentenced to jail. So he was denied making the appeal.
Who was that? Who's made that appeal?
The appeal was made by Harold James Johnson, as you recorded there. Also, can you write on my notes to give you Harold James Johnson's phone number?
Yep.
And what I'll do is, if I can send this to your email, because I'll give you his website.
Yep.
That way you're not typing it in.
Yep.
Harold James Johnson also put my case on the internet, and nobody knows. It's under Adams Family. Adams Family. And he's changed all the names. Federal Magistrate DMAC is Federal Magistrate Big Mac.
Yep.
And my ex is Miss Iconu. So, but
So this
he
is
actually,
you lodged this appeal. This is back in 2010.
that appeal did not get heard by a magistrate because of the threat against Harold James Johnson. Harold James Johnson got scared, and I don't blame him with all that was happening. He got kicked out illegally out of my court because there was no order of, sorry, what was it called? I said it before. Contravention, not contravention. What is it if you're doing something naughty in the courtroom? And contempt. Yes, there was no contempt charges. He was just given a bill for $9,999 and told to get out.
So it's cost assessed at pursuant to 121. There be no publication order in respect to these proceedings. there you go, that a transcript of the entire proceedings be issued and made available to the parties or their legal representatives.
Yes.
So have you got a transcript?
I have that transcript, but that transcript is completely altered.
So you're saying that?
This particular transcript is completely altered from the 28th, 29th and 27th, 28th, 29th of January.
So that's one of the court dates, isn't it?
Yes.
Is that the first hearing?
That was the first hearing.
27th?
28th and 29th
of January 2010.
Yeah.
So that's just transcript. You didn't get a copy of the actual recording.
I didn't get a copy. No.
It just says that a transcript of entire proceedings be issued.
Yes. But my lawyer's quite smart. He's smarter than me, and I believe that he has that he knows of ways of proving that the record. That's James Johnson. That even with the record as it is, that it was not possible some things to have happened. I don't know. To be quite honest, I've read through the transcript once.
Yeah.
I saw that it was all altered. I didn't want to confuse myself with the real thing, and I haven't read it since.
Don't read it, then. Don't read it.
No. But a federal magistrate has no right to remove. I had no right to choose my own lawyer. That, again, is natural justice denied. The other is...
The 12th of March. What's happened on the 12th of March? There's no be a June till 9:15.
Oh yes, on the 12th of March I was in hospital. I have proof that...
Who's for the respondent? That's you. Who's Frizzle?
That's for the respondent, the mother. I'm the applicant in this case. Oh, the other thing too is more fraud is that I am the applicant, and do you know that court order that you had for the housing, right?
Yeah.
My application was only for the family matters.
Yeah.
I did not want it to be done in the Federal Magistrates Court in the first instance. So my application was only for child issues.
Yeah.
They have stated that this is upon my application that we're doing the financials, which is not correct.
Yeah.
And I've written them an email to state that.
So you've got those 3 days there. Then you've got
12th of March, and that's when I was in hospital because of my 2 broken teeth that I broke in the courtroom of the 27th, 28th and 29th.
So you didn't arrest it? You didn't arrest them?
No.
12th, you were in
I didn't
hospital?
arrest it, yep. And then it was the next time that we went to court, the next date that I arrested the federal magistrate.
Which you'd imagine would be in this statement, then?
No, that was that there is part of the
transcript that's been altered.
Yes, part of the 27th, 28th and 29th.
Okay, so there's a start. 29th of January, order. 12th of the 3rd, come in hospital.
I have a medical certificate that and also the X-rays of my broken teeth.
So then after that there was another court date?
Yes.
And that's when you made the arrest?
I believe so. Because of the harm days, unless I go back to the paperwork, I don't know the exact days.
Hang on. Now what am I getting to hang on to today?
Would you mind if you photocopy
I'll photocopy this.
The other is this one here is straight out of the page of the... you won't find that in any internet website. You actually have to...
It'll be on our wall.
Yes.
So chapter 15. I might photocopy that page there then.
Yep. And these are other...